In this video, we're going to work example problems related to integer exponents. So positive or negative integer exponents, and that includes 0. Okay, so what is 8 to the 0 power? Well, we know that any number to the 0 power is going to be 1, unless it's 0. 0 to the 0 power is undefined. Any number other than 0 to the 0 power is 1. And this actually includes complex number. Any number in the complex plane, right? The complex plane includes real numbers as well. All numbers in the complex plane behave like numbers. When you multiply them by 0, you get 0. When you multiply them by 1, you get the number back itself. If you take them to the 0 power, you get 1. Okay, what is 8 to the minus 2 power? Well, we know when you raise a number to a negative integer power, that means that you do 1 over and then that number to the positive integer power. So this is going to be 1 over 64. Okay, what is 0 to the negative 5 power? Well, we know that, so 0 to a positive integer power is 0, but 0 to the power 0 or any negative integer power is undefined, because inherently a part of how 0 and negative integer exponents were defined was from dividing by the base, and you can't divide by 0. So this is undefined. Okay, what is 1 over q to the minus 2? Well, we know how to evaluate this based on the properties of exponents, but these initial examples here, I think the textbook wanted us to practice without using the properties of exponents, and in the next video we'll use properties of exponents. So, well, we know the meaning of q to the minus 2 is 1 over q squared. Okay, so now we have 1 over 1, and then we take the reciprocal. Okay, and we're left with q squared. So this is q squared. Okay, minus 8 to the power 0, but there's no parentheses here enclosing the negative. So this is, you kind of look at this like this. Okay, well, 8 to the 0 is 1. So we're left with negative 1. Okay, 0 to the power 0 is undefined. Okay, with this minus sign out front, we can look at this, like this. Okay, 2 to the 0 power is going to be 1. And so now we've got minus 1/3. Okay, 8x to the minus 2. We can write this x to the minus 2 as 1 over x squared. And so we're left with 8 over x squared. Okay, q to the minus 2 is just going to be 1 over q squared. Okay, 0 to the power 1. You are allowed to take 0 to any positive integer power, and this makes sense. Like 0 squared is 0 times 0, which is 0. You can multiply 0 by itself however many times you want. So 0 to the first is just 0. Just like 5 to the first would be 5. Okay, 8x to the 0, we just think of x as any number. I mean, assuming x isn't 0. Yeah, so for all these problems, if you have like a variable to the 0 power, we're assuming that the variable isn't 0, or else this would be undefined. But any other number, x to the 0 would be 1, so we get 8. Yeah, so again, same idea. P can't be 0 here, because you can't take 0 to the 0, but assuming P is just any number, real or complex, then you're just left with minus 2/3. Okay, so here we've got this entire number to the minus 2. So you look at this, it's like we could say let a b equal to ax. So what we have is a to the minus 2. Well, a to the minus 2 is 1 over a squared. Now we can bring the substitute back for a, and we've got, right, but now we know that we can do, so 8x squared is going to be 8 squared, and then x squared, so there you go, 1 over 64x squared. Okay, we know that we can write q to the minus 2 as 1 over q squared, so 5p cubed over q squared. Okay, 0 cubed, we can absolutely do this. 0 times 0 times 0 is equal to 0. Okay, assuming x isn't equal to 0, then 8 times x is going to be just some number, some non-zero number. A non-zero number to the 0 power is 1. Okay, same idea here. It doesn't matter. This negative sign doesn't matter. If p isn't 0, if p is 0, then this is undefined. But if p isn't 0, this is just a number, any number. Any number, positive, negative, complex, whatever, as long as it's not 0 to the power 0 is 1. Okay, here with this minus sign just out front, we look at this way. So what do we have? That's minus and then 1 over 8 squared. So minus 1 over 64. There we go. Okay, 0 to the negative 1. You can't raise 0 to the 0 power or any negative integer power. This is undefined. Okay, we've got 5 and then, all right, so now just bringing this all together. There we go.